Hey guys, okay, so today I'm going to be doing my top 10 movies of 2014. I know this is late, but holidays and such, it's just the time I can do it. So I have my list, so let's get started. Also, I have not seen all of the movies I wanted to see because they never came to my area. Like, I really wanted to see Whiplash, but it never came to where I live, and so I could never really watch it. That movie looks awesome, so it would probably definitely be in my top 10. It's just, I never came to my area, so I didn't have a chance to watch it. I'm gonna have to wait for DVD to see it, or Redbox. Open this list up. Okay, so so first off, honorable mention. Honorable mention was The Best of Me. I like Nicholas Sparks movies. Sometimes I feel like they're very formulaic, which isn't bad, but I'm just kind of tired of seeing the same thing over and over again. But this movie definitely surprised me. The acting was pretty good for a Nicholas Sparks movie. It was really depressing, like really, really depressing. Probably the saddest movie besides The Notebook. Oh, The Notebook is so sad. But I still enjoyed it, so honorable mention goes to that movie, The Best of Me. I cannot wait for his newest movie, The Longest Ride, which comes out in April. Okay, so number 10 is Night at the Museum 3, Secret of the Tomb. So one of the reasons why I liked this movie is because it was unique in its storytelling, and it was hilarious. Sometimes when you get into the second or third movie, it gets very boring, and they just do the same jokes over and over again. And this movie didn't. It was original, and it was fresh, and it was hilarious with Rebel Wilson, which was really, really funny. And I just really thought it was hilarious. I laughed a lot. It had its own story. It wasn't like a repeat story. It was just awesome. I really liked it. So, number 9 is The Fault in Our Stars. I read this book, and I saw the movie in June, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it just because it was so close to the book, and the acting was so awesome. Like, so awesome. Like, Ansel Elgort and Shailene Woodley knocked those roles out of the park. It was just so great, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it. Okay, so number 8 is going to be Captain America, The Winter Soldier. So this movie, for me, it was good. It was one of the better Marvel movies. I mean, Marvel, they don't do crap movies, but unless it's Iron Man 30. Ugh, hated that movie. But Captain America, I really liked it. with the whole Hydra thing, I thought that was really cool. It was suspenseful. The action was great. Chris Evans is wonderful with Captain America. We have, Anthony Mackie. I loved him. I loved his character. I just really like this movie a lot. Scarlett Johansson is so bad and just kicking butt. And Captain America is my second favorite Avengers, so I'm really pumped for the third one, and it's going to be awesome. Oh my gosh. It's going to be great. I think either we get, obviously Avengers 2 comes out, but I think we either get, I'm trying to remember when the next Thor movie comes out. I don't remember, but it's going to be great, and so is Captain America. Oh, it's going to be so good. Okay. Number 7 is going to be The Maze Runner. So The Maze Runner was such a good book to movie adaptation. It was awesome. Sometimes when you get book to movie adaptations, it can be really bad, like Beautiful Creatures, or it can be really awesome, like Hunger Games. Maze Runner was pretty up there with Mockingjay, the Hunger Games trilogy. It was great. I loved the cast. It was a young and diverse cast, so that's always nice and interesting to see. It kept stuff from the book. It was so suspenseful. Even though I read the book, I was like, oh my gosh, like gripping the end of my seat. It was just so awesome. And I am really pumped. The Scorch Trials coming out, I think in September again. Don't really know though. That's exciting. Yay! Thank you, James Dashner and Wes Ball, for an awesome movie. Okay, moving right along. So number 6 is going to be The Amazing Spider-Man 2. With these movies, I really loved seeing Andrew Garfield in the new Spider-Man role. I've seen the old movies with Tobey Maguire, and I just love Andrew Garfield so much more. I feel like he just embodies the character. Like, he understands Peter's insecurities and just how he ticks, and he also understands Spider-Man, and he's like, in that sense, with the superhero, and he has a wonderful chemistry with Emma Stone. I love their pairing. Dude, I was wrecked at the end of this movie. It was just so sad. But I really thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was a wonderful summer action flick it was just like so much, it was like popcorn fare. Like, just like, so the visuals were awesome. The costumes, action, everything. It was great. Okay, number 5 is Divergent. Okay, as you can see from my poster behind me, I love Divergent. So seeing this movie from what I've envisioned in my head on screen, I thought it was a really incredible movie. I mean, yeah, some stuff could have been better explained, and I wish they would have put Uriah in. But besides that, it was great. I mean, we have an awesome 4, guys. An awesome 4 as Theo James. Love him. Shailene Woodley is great as Triss. We have Zoe Kravitz as Christina. Just everybody. I mean, just with the stuff they included and the stunts and just how they shot on location, like, a lot of that stuff was not green screen, which is so cool. I actually went to Chicago a month after the movie came out, and I actually went up to the observation deck where the zip lining scene took place, and it was so surreal. It was awesome. So yeah, I loved Divergent. I'm very excited for Insurgent. I'm excited, but I'm also kind of like, I don't know, because this new director trailer, I don't know, but I'm holding out hope it'll be just as great as Divergent. Okay, so number 4 is going to be X-Men Days of Future Past. This is also a summer movie, and so I saw this a lot. And I saw little clips of it during work, during theater checks, to make sure no one was on their phone. But when I finally got to see it as a customer, it was just like so. The storyline, I thought I would be confused with the storyline, which is awesome. I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was wonderful, and I love Jennifer Lawrence. So seeing her expand her role as Mystique was great. Just Magneto was cool, and definitely Quicksilver, my new favorite superhero. I don't know. I just loved how the plot worked, and the directing was really good by Bryan Singer. I'm excited for X-Men Apocalypse, and I'm trying to think of more adjectives. It just was wonderful, and it definitely is my favorite X-Men movie. I've only seen 2 of them because I've heard the other ones were like kind of iffy, but I really, really enjoyed it. Okay, so number 3. So this is an indie movie. If you have not seen this movie, you need to go see it. It is Beyond the Lights by Gina Prince Bythewood. This movie, I could not say enough good things about it. It was so real and raw and emotional and just intense and heartwarming and heartbreaking and just so many emotions pulled into one. And it's very relevant to today's society with the sexualization of women, especially in the hip-hop industry, R&B industry. So the performances were wonderful by Gugu Mbatha-Raw and Nick Parker. I'm very excited to see them again in more movies, and it was just, I am so buying it. It comes out on DVD. It was spectacular. It was so great. Okay, so my number 2 is Guardians of the Galaxy. So I didn't really know, I never read the comics, I didn't really know what to expect, but this movie was one heck of a fun ride. From just Chris Pratt's portrayal as Star-Lord, from everything, from Zoe Saldana, and oh man, it was such a good movie. It was so awesome, so hilarious, so great. The action scenes again were awesome. Man, Marvel really outdid themselves with this movie. This movie was awesome. It was so awesome and great. So number 1, it was really hard because I really liked this movie and I really liked Guardians of the Galaxy, but this is definitely my top pick for right now. My number 1 is Mockingjay Part 1. Now, I know some people may say, oh, well, that's just a silly YA book. Why is it your number 1? Well, there's several reasons why it's my number 1. Number 1 is because it had an awesome director, Francis Lawrence. He turned a book that, in the very beginning, it is boring. I'm not going to lie to you, it is pretty boring. He turned that into a work of art. I was never bored during the movie. The action scenes were just awesome. Jennifer Lawrence just slays every time as Katniss. I mean, we have Woody Harrelson, Elizabeth Banks, Liam Hemsworth finally got to shine. Yes. Finally, he got his moment, his time to shine. It was wonderful and so great. And yes, that is my ship. And I don't know, it was also like heartbreaking because you saw the hospital collapsing in District 8 and the hanging tree. Just everything about that movie was just great. Peeta Finnick, that movie's great. I cannot wait for part 2. So that's my top 10. Thank you guys so much for watching and have a wonderful rest of your week. Bye, guys.